Thanks for tuning in again. Today I got one of my favorite doctors here in Denmark. It's Dr. Ulrik Hjerpsted. Did I say it semi-correct?
Yeah, it was correct.
Okay. He's a vascular surgeon and one of the leading functional medicine doctors here in Denmark. Has a clinic here in Copenhagen and has already helped a few of my friends. So I'm really excited to get Ulrik in here today and talk about the coronavirus and also like functional medicine in general. So thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So Ulrik, how did it start? How did you get into functional medicine? Yeah.
It's quite a journey. Started out back in 2001. Got admitted to a hospital in Thailand with salmonella infection, and I got tons of antibiotics because they want me in good health fast so I could get home. After that, I started troubling with some food products that I couldn't handle or tolerate as well, especially grains. But then came the joint pains, and every time I walked upstairs, it hurt my knees and my right shoulder. I couldn't sleep on that, and it just slowly got worse and worse. And being a vascular surgeon takes quite an effort in precision and skill, but also like stamina, being able to stand for 8 hours doing big surgery stuff. So I actually thought about changing that career to something more in the relaxed of not having to stand 8 hours surgery. But I went on and became a specialist in October 18, but the last 10 years I've been exploring functional medicine, microbiome alterations, diet changes, lifestyle changes, biohacking, all these things that nowadays is getting more and more popular, which is really, really cool.
And the short word on what functional medicine is in your
functional medicine in my description is when you use lifestyle changing and diet changing to serve you as medicine, to make sure you don't get any inflammation, chronic illnesses and stuff like that. And in my experience, a lot of the stuff that is at the hospital treated with steroid cream, stuff like that, all supplements, painkillers, then it could be treated with functional medicine so you don't have to take any pills. So all the pills are mostly treating the symptoms of a problem, mostly starting in the gut. So that's functional medicine.
Cool. So you work on a lot of different subjects or problem spaces, whatever you call it, with the patients.
Yes.
But today we're focusing on the coronavirus because that's so much up in the media.
It is.
Despite that you often work with all kinds of diseases, whether people have gut issues or...
I don't work that much with coronavirus, but right now I get a lot of questions about coronavirus because it's on a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
Cold facts is right now 100,000 have been positively tested. 100,000 in the world have been positively tested for coronavirus, and 3,500 have been killed by the coronavirus, or had it while they died. So it's 3.5% mortality rate, which is a bit higher than a normal influenza. But most of the topics that got killed by the coronavirus has had a weak immune system already or other health issues.
So why has it become so much up in the media? Why are people so worried about it?
Well, we had the I forgot the name. We have a couple of bacteria or viruses that spread from snake eating or bat eating or whatever, and they're
pig virus as well, right?
Yeah, the pig virus, the bird flu, and the pig. So all these become like a huge topic, but compared to the daily troubles, they're not killing as much as you think. But people get very nervous when it spreads so fast as it does, and there is actually almost people in every country in the world that have been confirmed diagnosed with the coronavirus. So So it is spreading fast, and you are positive or you have it for like 14 days before you develop symptoms. So you can give it to all your friends and all your colleagues before you actually get tested positive. So in my opinion, I'm pretty sure it's going to spread very wildly, and a lot of people is going to get it. I'll say around 80% is my guess.
Yeah.
And people of good health will have no problems with it. So I don't see a big. I should care what I'm saying right now, but I don't see a big problem with it spreading. But the older people will have problems with it. So of course, should try to manage it as much as possible, and make sure that we don't spread it too fast. Also, because if we get problems with the people that have bad respiratory health, they will probably take an intensive care unit place or space.
So I've heard that's one of the big challenges as well, is that we're afraid that the healthcare system
will
don't
collapse.
have enough.
Yeah.
So it's more the problem with the healthcare system not being able to take off the patients in than the virus being much more deadly than many other things.
I'd say it's probably smart to drag it out.
Yeah.
The spread, the viral spread. So you can drag it out for a long time. So either you can develop a vaccine against it, which is probably in best case scenario in 6 months or maybe in a year.
Yeah.
And then you can give it to the older and the weak people with HIV and stuff like that. That could also be really hard for them. So you can give them the vaccine. So that would be a good reason why to prolong it. But also, like if people all in Denmark get it at the same time, it will give a huge pressure on the healthcare system. While if we have some good hygiene habits and don't touch our faces and stuff like that to make sure we don't get the infection as fast, or you don't get it at all, then it will make sure that we have intensive care unit seats for people when they get ill, instead of everyone at the same time. That
makes a lot of sense.
Cause of collapse, yeah.
So what can people do to avoid to get the coronavirus, or if they get it, not get hit that hard?
Yeah, in my opinion, having a robust health is key. So having a robust health would the pillars of functional medicine is good health, is diet, sleep, exercise, and supplements. So you can take multivitamins or stuff like that to make sure you have everything you need. If the virus hits, you can get good sleep, get your 8 hours, don't stress too much.
So not stressing about the coronavirus.
Not stressing about the coronavirus would probably make you more resilient to the coronavirus. Yeah. And then good exercise. I encourage everyone to walk 30 minutes every day, because it's one of the most evidence-based exercise forms. Like before you do gym or yoga and all those things, you should actually walk. Yeah. And then the other ones is supplements on top of that. If you want to get big guns, then you can do that after you had your 30 minutes walk. Yes. But get some good walks, get some fresh air, and then eat healthy. If you have things that you in your diet know that you don't tolerate as well, don't give your body that stress eating it. And that can be, it's very different from people to people. But if you know you're lactose intolerant, if you don't get good health when you drink alcohol, maybe I would cut back on that. Yeah. But
not only for the coronavirus.
Not only for the coronavirus, it's also like good health and long living. But
so if this is what moves people to live a more healthy life, then
it would be a good thing. So, but you cannot, you cannot make everyone in the world change their eating habits and lifestyle overnight because of coronavirus. And I think the amount of positive coronavirus diagnosed in other countries, the more rural countries like some in Africa, Middle East, you won't see the coronavirus like in a positive test because they won't be testing.
No.
So right now here in the Western world, we have a lot of testing. So we do a lot of testing, but some places will probably go over the place unaware that they all had coronavirus. But
So super concrete. Instead of stressing about it, make sure to exercise or like walk for 30 minutes a day. Stay away from the stuff that you know is not good for you anyway.
yeah, get some good sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good social relations
Exactly. Also
without touching their face too much.
Yeah, I wrote down like good normal hygiene. Wash your hands. Use the ethanol if you in big public places. Don't touch your face. And then the good solid health that you can try to work on.
Yeah.
Most of us actually can work on all the time, right?
Yeah.
So.
And what about the whole public spaces? So in Denmark we got concerts being.
Yeah, I mean, I had that question also because if you have a healthcare system that says it's going to spread and we need to put people in quarantine when they come home, it's they have to say that.
Yeah.
So of course, if you have a big festival, 10,000 or 100,000 people coming from all over the world, it would be like the best option for coronavirus to spread to all the world, right? Probably have it by then anyway, in my opinion. But you can see the spread of the map. It's moving pretty fast to all different places of the world. So it's already there. So, but I understand why concert holders and stuff like that have to cancel stuff.
Yeah.
But to make it not escalate too fast. But yeah. So probably 2020 will probably be a shitty concert year, but it won't be a year with lots of concerts, I think. But
no. Are there any food or supplements you would recommend?
Yeah, multivitamin for most people is good.
And what kind of multivitamin? Like, there's a lot of crap on the market.
There's a lot of crap on the market. There's a lot of bad vitamins also, but I have a good experience with the Dr. Best and Udo's Choice and Solar Ray, and they're like the solid vitamin brands that have been existing for a long time, so that they know what they're doing. But yeah, it's very hard to like keep the finger on the pulse and know exactly what's the best supplement all the time in all the categories, because there's so many supplements also. Yeah, I think like a multivitamin, good sleep, good mental health, and some solid eating, organic, of course, ecological, no pesticides. That would probably help you be more resilient to most viruses.
And what about people talking about vitamin C?
I've actually heard about the vitamin C. Some article about a bird testing like bird and coronavirus, where they had a high load of C vitamin, then they had more resilience to the virus.
Yeah.
So take your extra C vitamin the next half year, and then maybe you get over it a bit faster. I don't know. I don't think there's any literature stating that.
No.
But it's not like taking C vitamin is more damaging to your body, unless it's really poor quality and you can get acid reflux. But more than that, you could take it without having any setbacks or.
So either find a quality vitamin C, or eat a lot of oranges or broccoli. The lower part of it, I heard, is full of.
C vitamin. Broccoli is a superfood. Like the most. If you should eat one vegetable, it should probably be broccoli. But getting C vitamins is good. And of course you can get in fruit, but I'm not a big food guy.
No, you're glucose.
I try to stabilize my glucose as much as possible. So because I feel like it feeds the bacteria in your body. So no need to do that. We got plenty of them. If we feed them fiber, they will thrive and be beneficial for you. But if you feed them sugar and stuff like that, then it's probably not so beneficial.
No.
So.
And what would you recommend someone that starts to get symptoms, like how to go through the coronavirus without getting too sick?
Yeah, it's very hard to say because I don't have experience in this topic. No. But you know, like still again, get your rest and don't feel all sorry for yourself and start eating pastry and bakery and stuff because I'm ill, I'm home. Like No, still keep your good track record with getting some healthy air and getting a walk and like doing the same thing. But I wouldn't expect people to go to the gym if they're stuck with the coronavirus. But yeah, try to isolate yourself from the weak people you know around you, like older people, grandparents and stuff like that. I would probably not go to them, visit them when you're sick, but stay home. When you're on feet, you probably still can catch some or transmit disease. Even though you're feeling better, you can probably still transmit it. So
makes sense.
Yeah. So I would probably stay clear of the people that's pregnant and kids and older people until you're tip top.
Yeah. So in your private clinic, you work with people with all kind of.
It's mostly all kind of sicknesses. Yeah. So it's everything from psoriasis to acne to weight loss. But mostly it's gut related problems like constipation, gas production. People tend to have a lot of stomach problems, and they may also have other problems because of those. So that could be like joint pain, like when they walk up the stair, it hurts their knee, the hips. So I work a lot with optimization of that, and everyone is differently, so I treat everyone individually. But mostly it's a good talk about all the things we also talked about here: good health, the pillars of good health, like in functional medicine, is the diet, is the supplements, it's the sleep, it's the exercising, and mental health also. I try to include that as much as possible. So most people experience when they start the diet to feel better, and the hard thing is for them to sticking with it, because we're creatures of habits. So it's really hard to keep a really good habit. Like even though you feel better, then like maybe that cake doesn't feel that bad the day after. And then you have one cake, then you feel not so good the day after, and then you're like, oh, fuck it. Then we take another cake, and then you're in the bad loop, and you get away from your good routines, and then you're back to scratch. And then you come with a 3-month checkup, and you're like, how did it work? How's it working? Like, not so good. But have you been sticking to a diet? Not so much. Yeah, so you need like a lot of mental clarity and good mental health to stick to a diet. Yeah. So it's very hard. Like if you get fired, break up for a girlfriend, stuff like that, argument with friends or family, then you can easily stick to the old habits and go back. So so that's what I work with a lot. I also have some biohackers that wants to live long life without illnesses, that like very fast in this loop. So even though they're 25 and don't feel any illnesses, we can still talk about what's the best medical solution or a functional medicine solution to living a long life without the illnesses. Yeah.
And what are some of the top things for living a long, healthy life?
I would probably say fasting.
Yeah.
And I was going to say that.
I was going to be like, I'm guessing it's going to be fasting. Yeah.
So fasting and sticking to a good sleep. Yeah. I would say that's probably key to most things. Yeah. Of course, keep off your toxic triggers if you know you have anything: gluten intolerance, lactose intolerance, fructose malabsorption, or red wine, cheese, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Stay off those.
And how often do you fast?
I do OMAD every day, so I eat 1 meal a day, unless I'm invited to lunch or brunch for family and friends. Then I eat once a day, and sometimes I do 48 hours or 72 hours. The longest I've been water fasting is 10 days. Yeah. And I did some core blood samples before that on cytokines, where you check for interleukins, inflammatory response in the body. And they were in the high inflammatory state when I started the fast, eating a healthy diet normally. But still, like, there's something in my body that's still slightly inflamed. And then after 10 days water fast, I had no inflammation, pro-inflammatory markers that was positive, so everything was normal.
So it definitely worked.
It definitely worked. So of course you cannot fast 10 days all the time because then you get really skinny. I lost 7 kilos. I gained 6 kilo afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I think you tend to overcompensate when you finally get to eat something. But like a solid routine with good fasting habits it's really healthy for you.
Yeah.
And I think the best thing you can do for your good health is to not overeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Nice and simple.
Nice and simple, low practical, very cheap. So yeah.
Well, I love to find whether you call it biohack or health optimization tips. That a lot of them are actually, they don't have to cost a ton of money, like fasting, getting some fresh air, some sun, breathing, going to bed at the right time, and so on. If we cover the basic, we can get pretty far.
Pretty far for a slim piece of money, yeah. So I think also sticking to your circadian rhythm is really important. And that means go to bed at the exact same time every day and wake up at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Makes your body start all kinds of stuff, hormonal responses that they click faster.
Yeah.
I normally also recommend that people not eat before they sleep. So like have a 3 to 4 hour eating, not eating window, a fasting window before you sleep.
Yeah.
Because that makes your sleep quality better. I track myself with an Oura ring also, so I see what's good or bad for my sleep.
Yeah. And what about fasting for when you're sick? So for example, if you have a virus, whether it's a coronavirus or something else.
Yeah, that's a very tricky question. I would probably recommend people not fasting as much because your body probably needs some proteins or some energy blocks to fight this virus. I would probably say like 2 meals a day.
Yeah. And
then you're probably pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about cold water and sauna? Is that
cold water and sauna when or before Corona?
When you have it.
When you have it, I have no idea. I don't think there's any experiments or literature that say anything about coronavirus in there.
No, it's still very. But about normal viruses, any idea about that?
No, I don't think so.
Because I came back from Florida and I went to Robbins events, and so many people got sick afterwards. So another virus, and you could see like the Facebook group with so many people writing like they really got sick. Yeah. Because it got spread. So many people so close to each other, and so many days full on. You're really tired, so your immune system is low. Yeah. And I went to take both the sauna and the cold water, and I'm not sure whether it was that helpful for me at least.
But at least do you feel better, or do you think
I felt worse the day after? I think I pushed my body too hard with too much of the cold water, but I'm not really sure. I would love to find someone that's been nerding the literature around.
Because the thing is, like facts on the table is when you go to cold water, you induce a small stress to your body.
Yes.
And the way you cope with that, with your body can be better at coping with that stress, which can make you more resilient to heat, cold, and viruses. But when you're actually sick, I would probably not recommend it because logically you stress the body, and the body is having a hard time fighting a virus.
Yes.
So why would you stress it more?
Yeah.
I don't like basic logic says don't go.
Yeah.
Like I say to my patients also, like don't go to the gym when you're sick. Like take some walks.
Yes.
Get some C vitamins, get some vitamins, eat healthy. Like do that instead of like pushing your body. You can gain your muscles and you can do all your life hack when you're healthy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. So if people want to find out more about you, Ulrik, where can they find you, or if someone wants to get a consultation with you, or?
Yeah. As I said before we started, I can do 50% discount on the first consultation. It's normally 2,000 crowns for an hour. Yeah. Can probably, people say they found me after hearing this. We can cut it down to 1,000. But I'm on Instagram, Dr. Hjerpsted, and then my clinic's email is uh@ccfm.dk.
Yes.
I'll keep the discount up until my homepage is up and running.
Yes.
Which hopefully when I come home from Himalaya.
Cool. I'll put that in the show notes as well.
Yeah, do that.
Any last recommendation or tips about life? Fasting, sleeping?
Fasting, sleeping, exercising, especially walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eat less.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ulrik.
You're welcome.